Okay, in this video we are going to do adding real numbers. So let's start with basic stuff. First of all, compare numbers are greater or less. Let's say question number 1. Okay, we have -4 and we have -2. What do you think? -4 is greater than -2 or less? Here it is. This is 0. This is -2. This is -4. Which means -4 is gonna be less, right? Next one. -5 and 0. If you take -5 and 0, what is going to be? Again, less, correct? All right. Another one. Let's take next example. Number 3. So we have -4 over 5. And we have -21 over 25. We need to find out which fraction is lesser of the two. Select the lesser of the two given numbers. Okay, which one is less? So what we're gonna do, we need to bring to common denominator. So in here we have 5. Here we have, let me choose green one. Here we have 5. Here we have 25. So we need to bring to, both of them we need to bring to 25, right? So because 5 and 25 will be divisible by 25, and 25 I can divide by 5. So how I am doing? -4 over 5. To get 25, I have to multiply this 5 by 5. But whatever change I do to denominator, I have to do to numerator also. And I will get -20 over 25. Now, if I compare now 20 over 25 versus -21 over 25, so whichever numerator it's gonna be less, since denominator is the same, then we are comparing by a numerator. So in numerator, here we have -20. Here we have -21. Which one is gonna be less? What do you think? Of course 21, because let's say here this is at -20, -21, -22, -23, and so on. Which means if the 21 over -21 over 25 is less than -4 over 5, because -4 over 5 is the same thing as -20 over 25, right? Okay. Next one. Next problem is decide whether the statement is true or false. Okay, if statement true or false, we have -6 less than 5. You know what? Let me put this in red color so you will know that this is the answer. Okay, this is much better. -6 is less than -5. Is this true? Okay, let's see. When we have absolute value of -6, the absolute value, what is absolute value? Is a distance. Absolute value is distance. Distance we never measure in negative number, right? When you're driving distance, do you drive backwards to go negative? No. It's always positive, right? Distance always measured in positive. Therefore, the absolute value of negative 6, it's going to be 6. This way, we can say that the negative 6 cannot be less than 5, right? Which is false. The question was, is it true that absolute value of negative 6 is less than 5? We got the negative 6, absolute value of negative 6 is positive 6, therefore positive 6 cannot be less than 5. Next question, number 5. We need to decide whether the statement free less equal absolute value free is true or false. Is this true or false? Let's see. What is absolute value of free? Absolute value of free is free, right? Now here it says free less or equal. So we can put this free, right? Which means this is true. Right? Because we have equal sign here. Next one. Let's graph the following elements on the number of line. Let's say we have negative 6, negative 5, and 8. Okay. This is my 0. Since negative 6 is less than negative 5, so it's going to be further. And 8 is greater, it will be on the positive side. Okay. Next question. Question number 7. We have absolute value negative 2.2. What is going to be absolute value of negative 2.2? That's right, it's going to be positive 2.2. Next, we need to find now absolute value. Find absolute value for 8 over 11. So what is going to be absolute value? That's right, positive 8 over 11. Number 9. We need to learn how to add using numbers. Let's say negative 14 plus 7. Also, although it says add, but when we have a different sign, see 14 is negative, 7 is positive. Then what we do, realistically, we subtract, period. When signs are different, we subtract, which means 14 minus 7 is going to be 7, yes? Now, regarding sign, whichever absolute value number has sign, so if I take 14 and I take 7, which number is greater? 14, right? So 14 has negative sign, therefore this negative goes outside. Okay? Next one. Question number 10. Negative 30 plus negative 60. Now in this question, question number 9, let me do one more time, explain one more time. If we have different signs, let's say here we have, this is negative, right? This is positive. If signs are different, we subtract, period. And we use the sign of bigger number. So between 14 and 7, 14 is bigger number, and 14 has negative, we put negative. Okay? Next, negative 30 plus negative 60. So when you have plus and negative, I can throw away this positive and write down this way, negative 30, negative 60. When you have two negatives, when numbers are the same, then you are adding. Numbers are, signs are the same, you are adding. Signs are different, you subtract. It will be helpful for you if you take a note. So, for numbers with signs, if both signs are the same, then you are adding. Two negatives, we are adding. Two positive, we are adding. So here will be 30 and 60. If I add, it's going to be 90. And since both of them are negative, there is nothing to choose from. It's going to be negative. Okay? So if numbers have the same sign, we add and use the sign these both numbers have, which is in this case both numbers have negative. Next one, 11. 0 plus negative 17. When you have plus and then negative, you can throw away that plus, which will be 0 minus 17, and there is nothing else to do. It's negative 17, obviously. Number 12. Negative 9 over 11 plus negative 7 over 10. Okay, both numbers have negative sign, yes? This is negative, correct? Therefore, we need to add. Remember, in question number 10, I explained, if both numbers have negative sign, then we need to add, which means same thing here. We need to add 9 over 11 and 7 over 10. So how we are going to do? We are looking at denominators. Since denominators are different, here we have 11. Here we have 10. We need to bring to, I'm sorry, let's take an easy one. Let's take 10. We can make it later. I wrote down wrong anyway. It's supposed to be 10. I apologize. So let me clean this. It's supposed to be 10. When denominator is the same, there's nothing else to do. All we do, 9 plus 7, it's going to be 16 over 10. And since both numbers are negative, just negative attaching to it. That's all. So let's see. Every time when you get fraction, we need to see if we can simplify 16 and 10. Can I divide by 2? Yes. Here will be 8. Here will be 5. So answer will be negative 8 over 5. Always check if you can simplify. Always. If somebody wants more explanation for these fractions, go to my basic math. There is detailed explanation for addition and subtraction of fractions. Number 13. So negative 7 over 9 plus 2 over 7. There we go. We have different signs. That means we're going to subtract. Yes? Here we have negative. Here we have positive. That means we are going to subtract from each other. To be able to subtract two fractions, denominators have to be the same. What do we have in denominator? Here I have 9, here I have 7. Therefore, I am going to bring to the same denominator. So 9 and 7, it's going to be, what's a number that can divide? You can divide by 9 and you can divide by 7. It's going to be 63. 63. Again, whoever needs explanation, you go to basic math. There is a GCD also video with title GCD where I explain how to find common denominator. Okay? How to find common denominator. All right. So 9 and 7. 9 times 7 is going to be 63. So let me bring to the common denominator. So I have negative 7 over 9, and I have positive 2 over 7, bringing both of them to 63. Let me see. 9 I have to multiply by 7, which means whatever change I do to denominator, I will do to numerator. Oops, I'm sorry. That's why I made mistake. I was thinking that maybe I will put that video at the end of the this video, how to bring to common denominator, so you can watch it and see. Okay, and 2 over 7, so 7 I have to multiply by 9, which means 2 also multiplying by 9. And what do I get? Here I get negative 49 over 63. Here I get 18 over 63. Now we can subtract. Okay, so what do we get? Negative 49 63 plus 18 63. We have same denominator, right? So we said when signs are different, we need to subtract, period. So 49 minus 18, how I'm subtracting? Last number of 49, 9 minus 8. Here it's going to be 1. And then 4 minus 1, it's going to be 3. And sign is going to be obviously positive or negative. What do you think? Remember what we said. Whichever the fraction is greater, which fraction is greater, 49 over 63 or 18 over 63? Of course, 49 over 63 is greater, right? Because numerator 49 is greater than 18. So therefore, if we have 49, 63 is negative, therefore it's going to be negative. We always choose the sign of bigger number. Okay? Next one. At the end of the video, I'm going to put the videos, reference on videos that will be very helpful for you to watch. Next, number 14, question number 14. So we need to add 0.4 plus negative 0.2, decimal notations. Again, 0.4 is positive, 0.2 is negative. That means we need to subtract, period. So 0.4, let's subtract 0.4 minus 0.2. So 4 minus 2 is 2, decimal we put here, and here we get 0. So we are getting 0.2. Now let's choose, since signs are different, we have to take the sign of a bigger number. Which number is bigger, 0.4 or 0.2? Of course 0.4. Since 0.4 is bigger number and it's positive, therefore 0.2 is positive. Number 15. Negative 8.2 plus negative 7.78. Okay, here we have both numbers negative. We can write down negative 8.2, negative, let me write down one more time, 8.2, negative 7.78. This one also subtraction of decimal notations. I will refer to the video where I go in details, but in this case I'll just show how to subtract this one, or add actually. Since both numbers are negative, signs are the same, therefore we are going to add. So 8.2, if I add 7.78. See what is interesting, whole numbers under whole, tenths under tenths, and hundreds, there is no hundred here, so you don't have to put 0, you can leave it like that. So what do we get? This 8 is here, 2 plus 7 is 9, decimal notation, 8 plus 7, 15. So we are getting, move a little bit this way. So we are getting 15.98. And since both numbers are negative, nothing to choose from. It's going to be negative. Number 16. $12 plus negative 28. Okay, since we have plus here and then negative, I can throw away this plus. 12 minus 28. So 12 is positive, 28 is negative. When signs are different, what we do? That's right, we subtract 28 minus 12. 8 minus 2 is 6, 2 minus 1 is 1. We are getting 16. Now, if we compare 28 and compare 12, 28 is bigger, greater number. Since 28 is negative, then answer gonna be negative. Number 17. Negative 85 plus 145. Okay. 145 is positive, 85 is negative. When we have two negative different numbers, what we do? We subtract. Okay? We need to subtract, which means we need to subtract, which means 145 minus 85. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 4, I can't do 4 minus 8. I borrow from 1, will be 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. And this one is became 0 already, I borrowed. So the answer will be 60. And which sign is going to be? 145 is greater than it and it's positive. Therefore, 60 is going to be positive. Next number. 18, negative 11, plus 5, plus negative 4. Okay, we can go step by step. First, let's do negative 11 plus 5, but you can take negative 11, negative 4 also. We can do that. So first take negative 11, negative 4. It's going to be negative 15, right? Because both signs are negative. That means we're going to add them. For 11, not because negative. Both signs are the same. So therefore we add 15. And since both of them are negative, nothing to choose from. It's going to be negative. Then we can do negative 15 plus 5. Signs are different, which means we are going to subtract. 15 minus 5 is 10, and 15 is bigger than 5, and it has negative sign. Therefore, final answer is going to be negative 10. And the last question. $36 plus negative 19 plus 12 plus negative 28. Since we have plus and then negative plus negative, I can prove all these pluses. I could prove the plus on 18 also, but I was combining, so it doesn't matter. So 36 minus 19 plus 12 minus 28. Okay. Let's, I can do both ways. I can either first combine these negative numbers and then combine positive numbers and then put together. Or I can go one by one. 36 minus 19 plus 12 minus 28. Okay, let's do both ways. We'll do both ways so you can see it doesn't matter. So first one, 36 minus 19. So 36 positive, negative, right? So either you can take as a normal subtraction, 36 minus 19. It's gonna be, let me see, 36 minus 19. I can't do 6 minus 9, I'm borrowing, so will be 16 minus 9 is equal 7. So here will be left 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, is equal 17. Now, since 36 is greater than 19 and 36 is positive, so 17 gonna be positive. Again, in the playlist basic math, not basic math K underscore K, that's your playlist, but basic math that's for white public. I have their video where I explain how to add or subtract numbers, and I'll put it at the end of the this video. Okay, we got 17. Next, 17 plus 12. It's gonna be 7 plus 2 is 9. 1 plus 1 is 2, 29. Next one, 29 minus 28 is equal, so it's equal 1 and positive. Now let's do the other method I told you. 36 minus 19 plus 12 minus 28. So first let's put together two negatives. So, and then we will put together two positives, 36 and positive 12. Let's see, negative 19, negative 28. Both signs are the same, therefore we can add 19, 28. 9 plus 8 is 17, 1 in mind. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 in mind will be 4. We have 47. Since both numbers are negative, nothing to choose from. We get negative 47. Next one, 36 and 12. 36 plus 12. 36 plus 12. 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. Get positive 48 because both signs are the same. We add and nothing to choose from positive. And then put together negative 47 plus 48. Oops. Or I can write down 48 minus 47. Doesn't matter at all. Either way. So here negative positive. Negative 47 plus 48. Since signs are different, we subtract, right? Will be 1. And 48 is bigger number than 47. It's positive, therefore it's 1. Same thing here. 48 minus 47 is 1. Choose which method is working for you. Okay, I'm done.